everybody, and warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I hope you're all doing fine, and I'm very happy to see you here. Today's video will be about a certain date that is circulating on the net and on many different platforms. And it's about the date of 23rd of September 2023. The information that is circulating around this date is that something very special is going to happen on that date, the 23rd of September this year. And it could be something extraordinary, something huge. Nobody knows exactly what it could be. And that this date have also been talked about in many movies. They like repeating these numbers, 23rd of September, 23/9 or 32/9. So those number 239 are repeating themselves in many movies, and it's like a programming to the public to unconsciously be aware on this date. And I'm going to look into that date, if there will be any special events on 23rd of September, if it's something evil, good, whatever. We're going to look into that. And to do so, I'm going to use my crystal ball, quartz crystal ball, my tarot cards, oracle cards, and some dice. But before we begin, I must thank you all, wonderful viewers, for all of your support. Through coffees, through comments, through likes and sharing and caring. And really, without you, I would not have the strength or the ability to continue to do more videos. So a very, very big thank to all of you. And I try to answer so many emails I can, but it's physically impossible for me to answer all of you, but I try to read them. And a special note for the people in the Telegram group. I have said many times, please don't post in other language than English, since this is a group that is international, and it's welcoming people from all around the world. And many of your members ignore that. And I please ask you again that post in English, and if the article or the video is in English, then it's okay. But if it's totally another language, please post at least the title in English, so other members can decide if they want to translate this article or not. This is very important, and I really want you to respect this. And those who don't respect this, since I've said it so many times, I will unfortunately don't allow those posts, because this is a group for everybody, and until now English is an international language that most people understand, and I don't want it to be specific for one country or another. So please respect that. Yeah, about this date, I posted down in the description some links what you can find about this date, and also some clips from movies when they talk about this 33 of September. And to easily attune to that date, I have put on the table around my crystal ball the date of 23rd of September, like this, but also in numbers. And here in Sweden, we put the date of the day first, the month, and then the year. And in other countries around the world, they put the month first, the day of the month, and the year last. So I have both of them, but also in just pure numbers. And that is for easily be able to tune in to that date to see if anything special is going to happen. And well, we also had a date before, 11th of 11, 2022. That was also a big hype that something big was going to happen, but not really anything big happened that date. So we'll see if this date is a little bit different than 11th of 2022. And before we begin, I need to concentrate for a few moments on my crystal ball and try to call upon the forces, the powers to be with us so we can get as good and accurate information as possible. So please just give me a few moments and soon the reading will start. Okay? Now I'm going to concentrate. Okay, let's see. Glasses on, and let's see if we can find something in the crystal ball for the 23rd of September 2023. Let's see here. The first thing I saw like vortexes everywhere. I'm not sure if this is symbolical or this is a real vortex. And this vortex could be symbolized by or the vortex could symbolize like tornadoes, big storms or something like that. So something is cooking around that day, that is for sure. I also see some kind of portals open up on different places on Earth. And beings crossing through these portals. I'm not sure if we're gonna notice that. You're gonna look up at the sky and see some beings coming through a portal. Could be, but I'm not sure. So this could be interdimensional beings of some kind that could not maybe be seen by a human eye, normal human eye. But something big is going to happen around that date. I also see that could be another energy weapon that will be used around this date. Could be just before, under, or just after 23rd of September, because I see a big ray of light, like a laser, similar to what happened in Maui, but on different places on the planet. Yeah. They, and with they, I mean the evil ones, the deep state, the real evil creatures. They will try to open symbolically the gates of hell. I don't really believe nor in heaven and hell. I don't belong to any religion, but symbolically the gates of hell. So they want to open up some very catastrophic events around that date. But I see like the door for that gate of hell open, but someone else put the lid on, closes it again. Something may escape, but not as big, as horrific as it may be planned from the beginning. Around that date, 23rd of September, there will also be more political revolutions or more revelations about very corrupt politicians in many different countries around the world. And I see a gallows. So could be that some official executions will be talked about or maybe even published. Could be. Around that date, I also see very big crumbling of the country U. Could be big explosions in the capital, the last fight or the last stand, something that will crumble the leadership or the whole structure of country U. Around that date, a little bit before, during, or after the 23rd of September, I see a cold wind blowing, and this is a symbolical wind, a spiritual wind, through all the people on planet Earth. And that can result in some kind of strange dreams, anxiety, a little bit like shaking up the last sleepers and trying to wake them up. I also see announcement about a very dangerous and contagious disease. And I'm not talking about the disease for the last years, something else that have more than 50% of mortality. Could be announced that it is on its way, or cases of that disease in different countries. But remember, to every force there is a contra force. The universe is always trying to have a balance, like the yin yang symbol. If it's too much evil, the good force will try to make some kind of equilibrium. And we are not left alone to the wolves. There are good forces that are working 24/7, like humans, like interdimensional, like other beings, to try to balance up and not let that evil, that destructive force take over. Around that date, I see explosions in different countries, so it could be like something goes off, boom, bam, boom, bam. Not nuclear, so you don't have to be afraid of nuclear, because I don't see any nuclear war, but explosions. Symbolically, I also see the evil ones, the deep state, or the real evil one. I see their feet being chopped off, meaning they will not be able to move, not be able to do more damage that they have done. Something big is coming, yeah, but it's not like the heavens opens and we have an armada of extraterrestrial beings shooting with laser guns. No, it's on a different level. Well, that was what my crystal ball wanted to say. Let's continue to take some cards on the question of if any special big event is going to happen around 23rd of September. I just have to concentrate, to shuffle a little bit, and soon we're gonna see what the cards have to say. Yeah, it could be a stressful card of stress fell out. So let's take some cards on 23rd of September 2023. Just have to make it a little bit bigger here. "23rd of September. And let's take some dice too. Okay. The cards look like this. Let's see what we got. In the tarot cards, we have the Devil, Nine of Coins, the Magician, Two of Cups, and King of Cups. On the Oracle cards, we have like a Hobbit house, Spirit communication, paying attention, two figure behind a mask, anger, and you deserve love. And then on the dice, we have a child, daddy, dynamic, a wolf, and a shoe, a lady's shoe, like Cinderella's a glass shoe. So what does the cards want to say with this? We have the devil in the beginning. So there is some kind of evil energy, some kind of dirty stuff that is about to happen or to be exposed around that date. We have two figures behind a mask. That means people that have been hiding, showing one side of their face, but they really are someone else, is going to be exposed. Could be good guys that been playing bad guys, or vice versa. So some kind of exposure of people that have been hiding behind different kinds of masks. We also have spirit communication. As I said, some kind of energy, some kind of portals will be opened or will begin to work, so people cannot ignore it anymore. The child is close to the devil, so things that have been going on with children, evil things that have been going on with children. We have the wolf here, things that is like preying on children, want to eat children. And those things will begin to be exposed, and this will cause so much anger around the globe. And this is around that date. It doesn't necessarily have to be on 23rd of September. Could be a little bit before. Could be a little bit before, under, or just a little bit after. But still, that date could be quite crucial. And the last cards are King of Cups and Cinderella's shoes. So it still seems like there are big things that is about to be exposed. It will cause a lot of anger, a lot of turbulence, cold winds sweeping around our globe. But at the end, this is for some kind of stabilization, for us to be able to live better. Yeah, this must be cleaned out. It is very important. Yeah. Now I'm gonna take some last cards on this question, if anything special is going to happen around the 23rd of September. Is there any last words to be said about the 23rd of September? So I'm gonna take some last cards here. The first card, we have King of Swords, Three of Swords, the Hangman, Five of Coins, and Justice. Could be some kind of military intervention. It's like we begin a period that is very difficult for many people because justice is being made. And to acknowledge that one have been lied to and lived in a lie and in a fraud, that could be quite difficult to accept, and it could be very heartbreaking and painful for many people. Yeah. So it seems like some kind of intervention, something will happen around that date, and that could be difficult to digest for many. But at the end, this is for justice to be made. And justice is blind. It doesn't care, true justice anyway, doesn't care if you are rich or poor or a high position or if you are a priest or not. Justice is done through what you have done, what kind of person you have been. So some kind of justice system is also going to begin. Well, that was my reading for the 23rd of September. And to all of you wonderful viewers, I just want to say, don't worry too much. Many of us are prepared that something is going to happen. We don't really know exactly what. And since we live in very turbulent times, so it's good that we prepare a little bit, take care of each other. Very important, we don't panic. And we try to do the best of the situation. And definitely not comply to any strange new mandates and rules that the evil ones want to put on us. We all know what is true and good here in this world, and that we have to stand for. And not fight for, but we have to stand for that and show that we are not any slaves, obedient slaves to the corrupt system. Anyway, take care out there. Take care of each other. Help each other. Things are going to be much better, but there are very turbulent times ahead. Around this date, or a little bit before, a little bit after, but around this date. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon again. Bye bye.